Things first, my name is Kenneth. My company is ILEG Technology Screening. And I've been asked this question multiple times why we had to contact ICE for a YouTuber by the name of, he calls his channel CROWS1176, and his name is Fernando, Jaime Fernando Gonzalez, because this individual committed multiple crimes against me, my company, and my family members. And he was on his website doxing our addresses. It's on our website going and making false accusations about our products, saying they were scams or rip-offs or nothing more than black paint, trying to make trouble for our company. Jaime Fernando Gonzalez is not a United States citizen. He's not. He's not at all, period. And right now, as we speak, ICE is monitoring his activities because we had to go to 2 agencies because of this individual. One of the things we were asked, we actually filled out the form application we had to go through, is you can't put a whole lot of stuff in there that's not true. You can get locked up yourself. Everything you have to put in there has to be by the book. You have to show an incident report, which means you have to show police reports. And these are documents proving that why they have to be out there to pick him up, or that individual. So you can't go out and make fake and false accusations. You can't, because it'll get you in a lot of trouble. So when we first started off with all this nonsense with him, we didn't even know he wasn't documented. We never had no idea. It was never ever brought up in any conversations. But because the orange guy started doing all this crazy stuff, and the courts were changed because of this stuff, it came up in a conversation. What if he is? It means you'll spend this money for this court hearing. You'll spend money for lawyers, and you may get nothing out of this because they can just deport him. And that's when we started looking around, trying to figure out whether or not if he's documented, because there were things that were coming up that kind of gave off red flags that he was. The reason why, he hasn't left that apartment in years. I mean, he really raised a family in that apartment. Like I said, most people move, especially when they got a kid on the way. But he stayed in that one spot for a very long time. Another thing too, was popping up, he never left the state. And he never left the state at all. For a person who claimed to make a lot of money, he never left. He either went to Vegas, went to constantly Disney World. These are places that are in California. Super red flags that were popping up. Now, we made a statement on our channel. We said, and I got the video to back it up. We said we have to make sure you're documented. We hope you're documented. That means you're documented. That means I get my justice. For touching copyrights, which we told you, which you did, we have proof. We had a process server come to your front door. Or to get that process server to get there, we have to show enough evidence is enough to bring you into court. Since it was more than enough, that's why the process server was there knocking on his door. If you were a citizen, I can get you for 80 years. Easy, on one copyright. No, you get 2 of them. So roughly about 160 years in jail. We can get you on. At least at the end of the day, I'm not going to waste money on airline tickets to come out there. I'm not going to waste money for court costs. I'm not going to waste money for your attorney fees, none of that. Because you'll be legit. And that's what we said. Make sure you can stand trial. Jaime told on himself. Jaime came out and said, and I hope you're in the room, you're listening. You said you're trying to deport me. We never said anything about deporting you. You said you hope you don't want you to get deported because we need you here to prosecute you. So you disappeared for 11 days. I have it counted. 11 days you disappeared. Nothing at all. Now, again, people after the paperwork are not going to waste time and play around with something like that. They're going to show you right from the door. Here you go, right there, bam. I got paperwork, I'm legit. So if you told me paperwork and you were legit, you're still going to jail. You touched the copyright. Now that means you're a citizen, United States citizen, and you broke the law. You broke the law, which means you're still going to jail. Dan if you do, Dan if you don't. You're still going to jail either way. Only difference is we get our hands on it. Not being sent to some third world country where we don't get our justice at the end of the day. You're still going to go through something, but still I'd rather have it that we prosecute you. So disappearing for 11 days and not popping up. And then taking all these tight shots of your environment. Another thing too on top of that, deleting your videos. You deleted a lot of videos off your channel. There's a lot of videos missing off your channel. Trying to cover your tracks as much as you possibly can, but still commit crimes at the same time. So, we filled out this form. This form requested, this is a different type of group. This is a terrorist group. And they deal with immigrants that come over here and commit crimes. And that's what you did. You came here and committed crimes. Now, if you're saying that all the stuff we're charging you with is not legit, you get an attorney to contact me. That's all you gotta do. Get an attorney to contact me, a real one, not a fake one, not those fake people you got posing as attorneys. A real attorney. Send me a letter, don't come certified, and tell me that we can't prosecute you. Because we can. Because we have a police report on you. That's 37 accounts, and each one of the accounts has pictures that are scanned into the system showing you breaking the law. If there was nothing in there to charge you with, the officers would have never took it. Now, the other agency, we got a call. We had to reach out to them. Agency was different. They went back and got our information from what we filed in that first report. And the police incident number that's in there also too, because it keeps updating, because it keep adding stuff in there, stuff you do. And they asked the question also, how do we know you are undocumented? And I explained to him. He came out and made that statement. He's trying to deport me. I never said anything about deporting you. We said we're trying to keep you here because, again, we're hoping you are a citizen because we need to prosecute you. You added that in there, which means you told on yourself. And they agreed you told on yourself. And this is where they asked the next question. Where is he located? Gave him your information. What type of business did he have? Because he attacked our company. Then we explained the business. We explained the LLC. We explained where you apply for your LLC, which means they'll contact them also. How many people are in the unit? What we know is probably about 4 people in there. Do they have cats and dogs? Now, we've heard this one before. This is when the police officers come over to hit a place at the end of the day. They ask all these questions. We have an officer coming out there. We know they have a few cats, a few dogs. What I know from what I've seen on camera, from what I've seen from the process server, what came to the door. What does he look like? What is his date of birth? Does he have a YouTube channel? Here's his YouTube channel right here, so on and so forth. So this channel is documented. So he's monitored. Now, Fernando, you feel that you haven't committed any crimes in the United States soil, right? So you feel that touching someone's copyright, slandering their company, making terrorist threats by putting my face on a Dead or Alive poster and posting it all over the internet, he's not breaking the law. Now, I told you, and every other person, my Mexican brothers over here, again, the nickname they gave him was Mexican Trump, because he makes his own people look bad. And one of our customers, which is Mexican, Jaime, attacked him in a nasty way. Some very nasty things about him. So don't go on and talk about you support your people, because you're against anybody that disagrees with you. You're Trump. That's why our Trump acts. And you have committed crimes on United States soil. And guess what, Mr. Fernando? I'm a United States citizen. My company is an American company. And you came in overseas to this country and you attacked my business. You've attacked my family. You've attacked me. You've made false accusations. You've made terroristic threats. You put other people's lives in danger. So, I'm going to make sure that I remove you out of this country. Where they send you at, you're going to have to work it out with God. So I guarantee you where they're going to send you. There's going to be a place at the end of the day where you're going to pay for the time and things you've done against other people. Unless you find God is. Otherwise, but you are going to go through something. You're going to go through a learning process. But to make it sound like poor me, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't mess with anyone's copyrights. I didn't do that. You know what you did. Touching someone's copyrights is a federal offense. And that's enough for ICE to lock you up. That alone. We have pictures of you touching our copyrights, posting them without our permission, writing scammer or copyrighted work, posting this to your website, making fake products of our products, trying to tell customers we're scammers and ripoff. That's enough for me to throw you in jail for a very long time. So the judge is going to see it as you committed crimes on United States soil against the United States citizens. So if you want to get on camera, on your channel, I'm on your channel right now, don't want people to see your channel, and you want to make all these accusations of poor me, I didn't do anything wrong, and blah, 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 you explain why we had a process server come to your front door and knock on your door, why that process server was there. So we'll be making another phone call around 1 o'clock to another agency. When they get down there, they should have enough evidence, more than enough evidence, to begin the process of processing you. Which means there's a 100% chance, good chance, he's going to be shipped to a third world country. Now, did Jaime have options to get out of this? Yeah, we did. We gave him options. Because don't try to pull the whole Christian card. Oh, you're supposed to be a Christian, this, that, and the other. You're supposed to be forgiving, so and so and so. Jaime, we gave you multiple outlets to get out of this. And you chose none of them at all. Multiple opportunities to get out. And what'd you do? Nothing. You had a cease and desist order sent to your address, which use your brother's address, I think it's your brother, whatever, committing crimes against your own family members, using their addresses to commit crimes. You got the letter. Well, you went to his house and got it, because I'm pretty sure he informed you it was there. And it told you to contact the law firm. The law firm gave you permission to contact me. You had to write a statement, and in that statement you said that you were backing down and you're going in a different direction. You did not contact the law firm. The lawyers will come in and testify against you. You did not come in and contact the law firm, then contact me, and you continue to slander my company, commit crimes in the United States soil. We had a process server come to your front door, knock on your very door, talk to your wife. I was on the phone the entire time in the conversation. We thought that'd be enough to scare you to back it down. Do you back it down? No. Got on your YouTube channel, started talking about how our copyrights are fake and you can touch them and do whatever you want. I got all those videos, by the way. You delete it, we have them. Got text messages. We're showing you on your website, you posted our copyrights multiple times. Not only that, you abused our copyrights by, again, writing scammer and rip off and all this stuff on our labels and post them to your site. Acting like you could do whatever you wanted to do, right? That's the attitude you showed. I do whatever I want to do. I'll come on here on American soil and I'll treat American citizens any way I want. Because that's what the vibe you just gave off. Because worse is going to happen to me is you're just going to, send me back over, and that's basically about it. That's what he thought. He really believed that all he was going to do was get a slap on the wrist, and that they couldn't do anything with him because he wasn't a citizen. They'll send him back. No, buddy, it's far worse than you could ever imagine. It's far worse. Even if you were, let's say, they had that policy, you're going to jail, because that's what happens when you commit a crime in a third world country, any country whatsoever. If I go to your country and I rob a bank, they're not going to just send me back home and we run around here free as a bird. No, I'm going to jail for a very long time, and then when they feel that I'm done my sentence, they'll send me back home and I can never go back there again. That's how it works. But unfortunately for you, Orange Man took office. And Orange Man took office, well, he does things a little bit more crazier, because anybody else, you would have been here and you would have done your time here in American prison. That's where you would have been at. That's what would have happened. Because that guy took office, you got it far worse now, because now they get you. They're going to basically, they're going to put you in a very nasty holding cell. Number one, it's horrible. And they're going to basically board him on a plane. He's leaving. You didn't think about any of this whatsoever. The entire time you were down here, you knew you were undocumented, yet you carried on and acted up like this. You committed these crimes. You didn't even think once what would have happened. That if you'd have got caught, what would have happened, the consequences behind that. Separation from your wife, separation from your kids. Did you even think about any of this? When that process server came knocking on your door, Fernando, and you were too scared to open up the door, you let your wife go. Good gracious, man, you're a coward on so many levels. You seem like the kind of person that if a building was burning down, you would probably run out, knock your family over, and you first. You're that type of person. You are. Do you ever think about your wife at the end of the day? That when these agents come to this property, that they're not just going to go for you. They're going to go for anybody in that unit. Did you ever think about that? And you can't get on camera and say, oh, well, you know, he never gave me an option. You know, he's calling himself being... You know what? You dig deeper holes for yourself at the end of the day. You're already in hot water. You just want to sit there and just turn it up a little bit more so that you can thoroughly cook yourself. We gave you those opportunities. We gave you many opportunities, and you went out and just carried on. Right now, on your YouTube channel, I see stuff on here that literally we can charge you with more stuff. I can literally take more pictures, walking down into Allentown, file more charges against you. And those charges transfer over to the docket that ICE has. So it shows your file was updated. But I think we're good. We have enough. We have more than what we need. This person has been... And I found that the landlord said we're blessed. We're moving to these real nice places. Jamie was contacting these people. Jamie contacted that woman at the Karen place. Another Christian contacted her and threatened that woman's life. Old lady, at the end of the day, threatened her life. Carrying on and acting up. And then when she couldn't take it anymore because she had 2 deaths in her family, she was barely holding on. And you went and harassed that poor woman. That's why I said what's coming your way, Jamie, it's going to come with pain and it's going to be paid in blood. You got to pay for this mess. It's going to be paid in blood. Because you did some horrible things to people. You did some very horrible things to people. You got to pay for this stuff you did. And you threatened that woman's life. That woman ran a shelter to help people get on their feet, to help people get food in their stomach for their kids and families. And you felt the need to threaten her because you didn't like the fact that she was allowing me to use her place to show off our demonstrations on our products. And then when the woman couldn't handle anymore because she was having a nervous breakdown because she lost 2 family members, and they had to let us go because they couldn't take it anymore. And I didn't blame her. It wasn't her fault because you were doing that stuff. You had a nerve to put on your YouTube channel, oh, he got fired because he was scamming. Do you understand the situation you have gotten yourself? You have attacked a Christian on that level. God saw everything you did. You may lie on YouTube, you may lie to the world, but God knows everything you did and everything you thought of. And you're going to have to pay for this. Jamie, I looked up how they're transported. I looked up because I was curious how bad this is going to be. It is hell on earth. These ICE agents are different. They're not like police. They have no remorse. Like, I don't know what they hire, but they're it's almost like they're soulless. You're going to be in their hands pretty soon. You have no one to blame. You can't blame anybody else. Because every immigrant that has the opportunity to come here to this country, or we have the opportunity to go to their country because we become immigrants if we want to go move to another country, it is our obligation to respect their rules. If I go to Japan, it's my obligation as an American citizen, even though I want to get citizenship over there, to respect their laws and respect their rules and treat their citizens with utmost respect. And that's something you did not do when you came here to America. So this is the reason why we contacted ICE. Because when we found out, when he made that statement to us, and he sat there and said to us that he was trying to be deported, you already told me what I need to know. You told me you didn't have documents. And what did I say on camera? I said, do you or do you not have documents? Now, the reason why I said that, because I threw that out there, because most people will come back and show documents. You disappear for 11 days, which means you're undocumented. And that means there's a good possibility your wife may be undocumented, too, also, too. Mind you, when those agents get there, they're going to want to see identification on everybody. If you don't have that, then they're going to arrest you from the door. Another thing was asked from us, is there anything that would obstruct us from entering the building? I explained to him he has the gates on each door, there's steel gates, and that there's a steel fence out front that you have to pass through, because my process server had to contact somebody in the building to get through the gate. Mind you, Jamie, the utility vehicle that they're driving could run right through that with no problem whatsoever. They will take that thing down if they have to come get you. So that will not stop them. They have an order to come get you, because again, we had to file against you, because again, nobody else would touch you. You know why? I contact the police, they won't come near you. You know why? Because you're undocumented. You don't cover the jurisdiction of what they can do. They can't. American citizen, yes. Un-American citizen, no. We were advised to contact ICE, and that's why we had to contact them, because they're the only ones that can take care of the problem that we're having with you. Now that we have all that stuff registered in, everything's good to go, I can contact California police, and I can explain to them my situation. Say, hey, look, yes, we did contact ICE, so and so and so. We're being attacked by this individual. We need to have somebody go out to that apartment, which we're taking care of today. So you have no one to blame for this but yourself. You have plenty of options to get out of this, and you chose none of it. There you go, right there. That's what he did to our copyrighted material. He went there and wrote scam across it and posted it to his website. That's a violation of my copyrights. So you're going to tell me you haven't broken any laws since you've been here? I got tons of evidence on here too, for days. And I'm going to be submitting all this. As soon as they give me the email, I'm going to be submitting all this to them. But I doubt they're even going to look at it. You know what they're going to do, Fernando? Because they can see there's a charge against you, that there were charges filed against you with Allentown. We have an incident report on you. They're just going to basically just ship you off. That's what's going to happen. We'll probably never see you in court ever. You're going to be in another country, and you're never coming back. So he has no one to blame but himself. That's pretty much. No one to blame but yourself. And if you knew you didn't have documents, Jamie, why didn't you just stop? When that process server came to your door, if that was enough to scare you, or you were afraid to come out of your kitchen, and you sent your wife, because I was on the phone the entire time talking to the process server, I had to be there. And he said, someone came to the door. I said, who is he? He says, a woman with glasses. I said, oh, that's his wife. I heard you. I heard you in the back, in the kitchen. I heard your voice. You were in that apartment. But he's not allowed to enter that apartment. He can only serve you at the door or approach the door. That's it. But the other ones that are coming in, they're going to go through that door. They're going to make themselves known. When they knock on that door, it's either you're going to come in or they're going to come in. You're going to come out or they're going to come in, one way or the other. So if you knew that, if you were that scared at the end of the day, to come to that front door because of that process server, you were that scared, why didn't you back it the freak down? Why didn't you go in there? Okay, this is getting too far. We got a process server. Jamie, you don't have paperwork. Do you have any idea what would have happened if we went to court over that? You would have been found out. You can't walk through a federal building without state ID. And they had to turn you away. We got a court on this. And they had to turn you away because you don't have state ID. And you go leave. You don't show up for court at the end of the day, especially if it involves criminal charges. They can put a warrant for your arrest. And they get a warrant for arrest, and they're going to run your information and find out you don't have this document. They're going to contact ICE agencies to come pick you up because it's out of their jurisdiction. They're going to come by and pick you up. So either way, you were going to go to jail. Either way, you're going to be picked up. Either way, your secret was going to get out. The whole object, if when you come to a country, and you're trying to get citizenship, is to keep your nose clean, not to break all kinds of laws that can get found out. You threw everyone under the bus. You threw your wife under the bus. The kids don't have to worry about because your kids are born here. They're citizens. They have citizenship, so they're born here. So they have that right. But if your wife doesn't have documents, you threw her under the bus too. And then the person who gave you the apartment, what did he say at the end of the day? I'm pretty sure he sat there and told you, keep your nose clean, don't get in any trouble, please, thank you. I'm putting my neck on the line here. That's why you couldn't move to any other places, because any other places would have asked for documents, and you don't have documents. You don't even have a banking account. And you can't work any other job. You can only work the job you was working at, especially now that they're pretty much everywhere down there. They're not even wearing the suits. They're not wearing the ICE outfits anymore. Most of them are undercover. You don't drive regular vehicles. You can be standing right next to one and wouldn't even know it. So you can't go to Home Depot. You can never go there. They're always there at Home Depot. They're going any place that they know where they're going to be at. So when that process server came to your front door, if you were that scared that you had to send your wife to get something, get a document from them, which she didn't. She wouldn't open up the door. She had the door open a little bit, and he kept saying, I said, where is she at right now? She said, she's not opening the door. She's got it on a crack. She's speaking to me. And she's speaking in Spanish. She's speaking English, but she's speaking in Spanish. They speak Spanish also. So she shut the door. He said, what do you want me to do? I said, post it to the door. And that's what he did, posted it on his door. That's why I have a picture. Send the picture back to it, send to court. This is where the document went, to on the door. That's enough to bring you. That's enough to bring you to court. So if it got that scary for you, and you know you didn't have documents, why did you continue on with that nonsense? You know why, Jamie, you continue with that nonsense? You have a Pharaoh complex problem. That fast, the devil jumped into you and told you, you got to get revenge. You're the one who triggered all that. You caused all that to begin with. Listen to the devil. Touching my copyrights without my permission. Tell me if I'm not in your head rent free. You got angry over that. You got upset that we sent a process server to your front door to bring you to court. And you thought, I'm going to come on YouTube. I'm going to justify this. Remember I said at the end of the day, it's not real. The copyrights are real. All that was fake. That's what you're going to do. That's what you did, right? Which showed me at the end of the day that you didn't learn anything at all from that process server. So they're coming out on YouTube saying, you know what? This is going too far. I'm going to back down. I'm just going to leave the sky alone. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's what you should have did. We would have forgot about the whole thing. None of this would have ever, ICE would have never existed. Even if I found out that you were undocumented and you went in a different direction, it's none of my business. As long as you're out of my hair and you're someplace else and you're not messing with our stuff, we're good with that. I'm willing to let all that go. That's what we wanted you to do. We want you to leave everything alone and stop making false accusations about our business. And if you had sat there when that process server came to your door, regardless of whatever you did to get it there, I was going to let that go. To give you an option to get out of this situation. So you can grow up with your kids, become a grandfather at the end of the day and see your grandkids and all that stuff. Because at any given time, we can open up a charge on you and get you. That's the reason why, Jamie, I didn't come back on it. That's the reason why I didn't open up the case again. So I gave you the option out. But you allowed the devil to get in there and mess with your head. And you got up there and started touching our copyrights again. And this is why we're at right now. This time around, Fernando, it's different. This time around, when that agents get there, they're going to call you out of that apartment or they're going to go in. And this time around, it's done. It's over with. It's finished. You will not be here in the States anymore. You will be gone. That'll be the end of that. And they're running more scams, so I'm making darker mixes. Jamie, you don't know how to make a dark mix. We gave you that. You know how to do that. You know that. Buddy, stop it. You can't even run a business right now. You don't have a proper LLC. Your LLC is delinquent. You're missing documents on that. So forget all this dark mix, trying to make the your biggest concern right now is what's coming to that door. It's your biggest concern. Because, Jamie, we're contacting a lot of people to get a vehicle to your building to get you removed. Because you commit some very serious crimes in the United States soil. And it has to be taken care of. Poor customers got ripped off left and right on this guy. And they'll probably take it's about hatred. Jamie, it's not about hatred. You committed a crime. That's what it comes down to. See, that's the thing. People that are not willing to accept responsibility for their actions will blame everybody else for what they have done. It's everybody else's fault that I ran past through a red light and hit an old lady. It's their fault at the end of the day. It's the street lights at the end of the day. It's their fault. It's the old lady's fault today. It's not my fault that I was basically doing over 70 miles an hour and I was texting at the same time and hit this woman. You have to take responsibility for your actions. That's you. No, my new logo. Isn't that my copyrighted material? Isn't that you putting laugh emojis next to it? It just got real, didn't it? It got very real. This is enough to throw you in jail. This is copyrighted. It's mine. It belongs to me. And you went and put laugh emojis on it. That's how you feel about American citizens' copyrights? So that's what I said. You have no respect for any type of law we have here in the United States. You bootleg, take whatever you want at the end of the day, because again, you know what I mean. You're not responsible because you're not a citizen. You have no right to come to our country and do this. Just like I have no right to come to your country and do this. You want people to respect your country, you have to respect their country. Yeah, this can get you a lot of trouble. This is defamation. This carries a 7-year prison sentence. But because it was done online, it carries a 20-year prison sentence. There you are basically mimicking and copying our products. CROWS Dark Crystal Mix. Being nasty at the end of the day. No respect. Sending us pornography. Jamie, have any idea how much trouble you've gotten yourself into? But I mean, at the end of the day, Jamie, let me put this in a way. And that's the best way I can do this for you, buddy. Some of these people get beaten pretty badly. Some of these people don't come back. Some die in the process of transportation. There's a lot of stuff that goes on between here and there. It's cruel. It's very cruel. It's a very harsh punishment. I think that people that have come here and done nothing wrong should never be on those planes ever. They need to be here and they need to work to help them get their citizenship. What's the worst thing about any person from another country that's not committed any crimes? There's no worst part about it. They're citizens. Make them American citizens. They're going to work. They're going to pay taxes. Puts money back into the country. That's what it does. It's another person paying taxes, putting money back into the country. Now, to take somebody off the street who has done nothing wrong whatsoever and has been doing what they're doing, and then they pay either whatever way. Some people do. They do pay their taxes in the day because they do. They don't get no tax return. They offer all that over as some trade to be here. But still, at the end of the day, that they have done nothing wrong. They committed no crime whatsoever, which means that they're American citizens. They still be here at the end of the day because they committed no crime whatsoever. But anyone who has committed crimes, anyone who has broke the law, a United States citizen should go. No, I see somebody just left the room. Somebody in the room at the end of the day feels that people who break crimes and come to our country should be allowed to stay. So that means I should go to your country and I can do what I want to do over there. That means I have the right to blow your buildings up. I have a right to sell drugs, start a cartel, whatever I want to. I can do whatever I want in your country, right? I have that right? Kidnap people, rape people. I got that right? Because if you're saying over here, at the end of the day, that it's wrong that we prosecute people who commit crimes in our country and we deport them, then and for committing crimes, not for everyday people that are doing nothing at all, for people that are criminals, then is it wrong for me to come to your country and do whatever the freak I want? So if I basically want to get a Mack truck filled with fertilizer and C4 and park it in front of a school zone, do I have that right? No, I don't, do I? All right then. Then you have to look at it this way. We don't have a right to commit crimes in your country. You don't have a right to commit crimes in our country. If I come to your country and I do something and I break your laws, should be prosecuted and I should be thrown in jail. Same thing over here. It's the same thing. But when these people commit these crimes, the first thing they want to cry at the end of the day is, oh, U.S. imagery, U.S. imagery. No, you went over there as a TikToker and you violated their statues. You went and violated their monuments, wherever they have over there, disrespected their people. They ought to throw your butt in jail. And the fact that you're crying about you being a citizen, no. If I was the NBC, I would ignore that nonsense altogether. And you want to make us look bad. And vice versa, same thing. If you come over here from another country and you commit crimes, you need to be locked up or be deported one way or another. So Jamie, you're going to a very bad place. Now, am I rejoicing over this? No, you're going to a very bad place. And the way your attitude is at the end of the day is that, you'll go out and commit a crime. And if somebody comes in and basically prosecutes you for this crime, you basically tried to make trouble for them. For defending themselves on something you did to them. How backwards can that be at the end of the day? And people like that, Fernando, they die. They do, they die. They don't live long. Because one day they bump into the real person. They bump into the real one at the end of the day. That's the person that will take their life easily. Instead of recognizing the wrongs that you have committed, say, okay, you know what, I deserve that because I went on and did something stupid, so I see blah, 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 blah. Let's say you get an attitude and you want to go attack somebody because you're mad at them at the end of the day because they want and didn't retaliate the same way you did, they took it to court. And you got some jail time out of that. And you got mad and you want to retaliate. And you contact that person saying some real nasty stuff to them, and that person may have contacts. They may be connected in gang activity. They may know people, a lot of people. See the trouble you got yourself into that quick? And that person may be a different type of person. That person might be the kind of person that doesn't go to courts and all that stuff. That may be the kind of person that handles things streetwise. And that person can pick up a phone call and say, I have a problem with this individual, I need to take him care of. Even in prison, they can get you. Get you in the shower, get you in the courtyard, get you somewhere. Instead of taking your responsibilities and saying, okay, I'm here because I did dumb stuff at the end of the day. That's why I'm here. And leave it at that. See? You got to pay for it, man. You did this stuff. You got to pay for it. Now, when I do this, when I have to make these phone calls, I have to make sure to make these phone calls. I pray over them first that I'm not doing this out of anger. Because you did a lot of nasty stuff to me. A lot of nasty stuff to me, man. You did. A lot of nasty stuff to me. Here's more of my copyrighted material. Right there. Got your name, Crow Metallica Spring Paint Mix right there. See? That name right there comes up multiple times in the ICE records. That's your date of birth, by the way, anyway. Posted it to his website right there. Posted the link right to his website. You can see right there. More evidence. There it is. There's his chat right there. Right directly to his website. So again, Fernando, when I sit there on camera and say that you came to America and you attacked an American company, I'm an American. I'm an American citizen. I was born here. And you came and you attacked my company. Boy, you better be lucky I'm not a Trump supporter. You know I could use this against you, heavily against you. If I was a Trump supporter at the end of the day, which I'm not, I can't stand the guy. But if I was a Trump supporter, and you, mind if you did this to a Trump supporter, do you know the kind of chaos you would give them at the end of the day? They would have hardcore 100% evidence that they'll just label all Mexicans. This is why I said that you are bad news to your own people. Because imagine if somebody got their hands on that and they say, yeah, this is what Mexicans do at the end of the day. They're nothing but trouble. We need to throw them all in jail. You're giving them the ammunition to go out and make these accusations against your own people. The same people that are sitting up there trying to say that they want all Mexicans out, they consider them all to be dangerous. They're all this and that and the other, make all these false accusations about them, these false lies, and here you are doing this. making those accusations look realer and realer and realer. Now imagine if I was a Trump supporter and you did this nonsense to me. I can go to the Library of Congress with all this stuff and show exactly what we went through when a person from Mexico came in and attacked my company, attacked my family, even stalked me, even went down attacking my cat, and I feel we need to pass a law to move all of them out of the country. That's the ammunition you give to people who hate Mexicans. You give them a reason why. You are the worst thing that could have ever happened to your people. And you got a nerve to fly that flag. You're not even worthy of that flag at all, period. Remember I told you what's in your charts? Easy can get out of your charts and other people will find out about them. Those inmates find out that you got in there because you were attacking American companies and you were carrying an act, which is actually an act of terrorism. You're going to get hurt. There's my copyright right there, which I sent over to ICE. That's my copyright. Because again, we got to back up everything that we do. There's my registration. Right there. There's my registration number with the United States government. Which means you came in and you attacked a United States government copyright. Officially certified. That's my copyright that he touched and attacked. Now, you get on camera and you tell people at the end of the day I didn't break any laws and they're just coming at me because I'm Mexican and they're racist at the end of the day. I got a charge you, by the way, for calling me racist. Part of the charge against you. See, Jamie, here's the thing. They don't care. So you went out and you crossed it like the wrong way. You did something like minor. Something maybe get you like 2-3 years. That's it. Because the agencies involved, you're not going to get 2-3 years. You do the life sentences they have. They're going to keep you over there forever. And this is what I mean by he didn't even care enough about his own family to stop. Because you're never going to see your kids again, ever. You're never going to see your family members again. Never. Your blood brother says we won't see them ever again. And they're going to stay as far away from you as they possibly can because, again, any one of them have been keeping a low profile, mind their own business, which, again, don't care about. You're going to stay far away from you. And definitely you do not care about your wife. And you don't come and say you love your wife. You don't love your wife. The reason why, because your job is to protect her and your family. It's your job. You should have never got involved in this nonsense to begin with. You should have stayed in your backyard and left us alone. And when those first documents came to your front door, you should have went in, you should have signed that document and sent it back to the attorney. This is creating this one from the attorney that was sent out to Jaime. That's a law firm that was involved. The address that's on it is his brother's address. So he was using his brother's address to commit crimes, his own family members. It's his brother's address. How we know? Because Jaime's filing number, his filing number brought up a white pages, and the white pages had that address in it, under his family members' names and addresses. So that was a law firm that reached out to Jaime. I went to his brother's address, and that's how he found out. His brother must have contacted him. So, showing you that we gave him a chance to get out of this. Did he take it? No, Jaime did not take it. Because after this date, he continued to attack our company. Which means you didn't basically, we gave a cease and desist order. So if you sit there and say on camera that I'm a bad Christian and I never gave you an opportunity out, I did give you an opportunity. I was right there. And you got a second one when the process server came to your door because I didn't open the case again. I decided to let it go. Maybe that was enough to scare you, and leave it alone. I gave you options, man, and you didn't take them. Now this time around, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of you attacking my family members. I'm tired of you attacking me. I'm tired of you attacking my company. Now this time around, I contacted ICE. And from the information you gave me when you said they're trying to deport me, you already gave me what I need to know. I didn't have to ask you any questions. You already told me already from the door. So, it's done. You're in their system already. They know everything about you. They know your location, they know your building, they know what you look like. They know how your apartment complex has a fortified gate. If the doors are all fortified, if they had, they're probably going to cut right through those things. If he decides to barricade himself in, they're probably going to cut through them. They know everything about you. Whether you drive, the whole 9 yards, everything. You know everything about you. So, like I said, it's just a matter of time. Right now, I got to contact California Police because I have to have them come by your unit. Because again, as I said before, you continue to attack my business. So I'm going to contact the police, give them the incident report we have with Lieutenant Allentown about you, and let them know that at the end of the day, we did contact ICE about the situation. Which they, at the end of the day, are going to give it to ICE to take care of. They're going to contact them directly. The reason why I say you don't care about your wife, because if you knew it was getting like this, Jamie, and you knew you're not documented, your wife's not documented, why would you drag her in this mess? If you knew there's a high chance that she would basically get deported also, why would you drag her into this mess? Why didn't you just stop? All you had to do was sign that document. We'd have walked away from everything. Jamie, the situation you got yourself into, be a man about it. I'll tell you how you be a man. You send your wife and your kids someplace else, and you stay there and wait and do your time. That's what you do. It's not their fault, it's your fault. You did all this. If you want to go out and be a man about it today, don't be a coward about it. Be a man about it. Tell them what's going on, because I'm pretty sure, hopefully they know what's about to happen. So if you keep that secret and don't tell them nothing, you are a dirtbag of all dirtbags. You got to sit down and tell them what you did, and what it triggered, and what it led to. Because I guarantee you, she's going to pack her stuff and leave. And you need to stay there and basically face the music. If you run, Fernando, as I told you before, I got a bounty hunter. And that's the one you disrespected. Remember, that's the Marine. You got a nerve to come to this country then and disrespect a soldier at the end of the day. You're a disgusting human being. You are. I hate to put it this way. It's a person at the end of the day bled for that flag. You made sacrifices that you wouldn't even understand. You got a nerve to disrespect a soldier? We don't even have to pay him for him to come get you. He'll find you. So here's the thing. Be a man about it. Go out like a man. Your wife has nothing to do with this. We believe she does. I believe she constantly probably told you to cut it out. It's so hard-headed, you do what you want to do. If you didn't respect this, you're not going to respect her. If you really love your family, tell them to go somewhere. You stay there and do what you have to do. Because as long as they got you and you're the only one we want, we don't want them getting involved in it. We don't want them involved in any way whatsoever. This is just you and you only. Let them go and let them do what they need to do. And you stay there and take the hit. As long as you're with them, they're going to hunt all y'all. That's what you're going to have to do, man. Your kids don't have to worry about it. Kids are United States citizens. They're born here. They're born here. They're good. But at least for your wife, she's not a citizen. And she wasn't on camera doing that nonsense. You were doing that nonsense. You be a man, tell her what's about to happen, and let her go. And you could stay there and take that hit. That's what a real man does. She should have never been at that door. It's not her business at the end of the day for her to be at that door talking to that process server. You should have been at that door talking to that process server. See, James, that's the thing about you. You want to act tough, big man, be a tough man. But when it comes down to it, you are a coward. That's what you are. Because she should have never been at that door. You should have been at that door. You should have opened up that door and accept that document and be a man about it. This time, there's going to be no cracking of a door. They're going to come in there. So, tell your wife and kids to go disappear, and you stay there and take it like a man. That's what you do. That's what a real man does. A real man will shield and give up his life for his own family. You don't know the first thing about sacrifice for your own. You made that mess. It's your mess. You take that hit. I'm hoping and praying she is not there and she doesn't get caught up in that. I wish I can contact her and reach out to her and tell her, look, stay away from that building. Tell your kids to stay away from that building. You're a man. You need to stay there and take that hit. So you can't blame anybody else. You can't come up to me and say, oh, you know, it's that guy over there, you know what I mean? He's attacking me for no reason. He's making up things about me. No, I got evidence for days. Everything I just said, I can back up 100%. So instead of dragging your family into this, which you already did when you didn't sign that right there, that document right there, instead of dragging your family into this, be a man, explain to your wife what you did, and then from there, let them make the decision to go. If she wants to stay there with you in that process, then that's her decision. But at least give them the opportunity to make their own decision whether they stay or go. You're running out of time, man. You really are. Let me tell you something, Fernando. Again, all the dirt you've done, I'm still a person of mercy at the end of the day. I'll give you to the end of the week before we make that call. To the end of the week to do things, something, at least something right in your life. Do something right. Explain to your wife that situation. Because that information that we just had to get to them, it's only a matter of time before they hit that place. I don't know how much time you have. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I do know you're on the radar now. They know everything about you, know who you are. So what I would advise you to do is, I'll give you a week. After that, we have to make the call. After that. You know, Jamie, I'll explain something to you. If I hated your guts, I'd had this taken care of a long time ago. I'd have never came on YouTube. You'd have never heard anything about it. Sometimes I come on YouTube, Jamie, it's not to do this to do anything bad against you. It's to give you an opportunity to stop doing things that you are doing. But you don't take it that way. You take it as a way as we're threatening you or doing this and that and the other or we're attacking you. No, Jamie, we're giving you opportunity. I don't have to do that. I can make all these phone calls you would never even know. Now, I'm giving you a week. If you want to continue to attack me at the end of the day, I'll still give you a week. I want to show people today, at the end of the day, anybody else would have but a long going taking care of you. But I'm going to give you a week. Contact your family and explain the situation. Because it's just not going to go anywhere at all, period. They're not going to let this go. So I'm confused for a minute. I put something somewhere I don't know where to put it. Should have signed that document, man. Should have signed it. Hard-headed, man. Hard-headed. Want to look tough on YouTube. There's plenty of people on YouTube and social media sites that want to look tough, and either they end up dead or in jail. It's a lot of them sitting up in the prison system right now. And it'll be tough. Want to show off to their audience that they can this, that, no, so and so and so and so, and look at them now. Some are over in third world countries doing slave labor because they want to do things for their followers, go out there and disrespect people. You know, people thought it's funny sending up hearts and stuff. Do you know that you never know? Those people that are sending you those hearts and likes are people at the end of the day that like to see trouble. You don't even know that when you do stuff like that, how many people do you think that are coaching you to do this stuff are either human or they're satanic demons that are urging you to keep doing dumb stuff. Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Do this, do that. You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know what's sitting up there making these conversations back and forth. The devil's already got you in plans of doing something to self-destruct. Those demons will get up there and flood that line and give you all kinds of dumb stuff to do, and then sit back and watch you and laugh at you while you sit in a dark cell somewhere, not even know the fate of your life in a third world country. I remember one time we were having those problems with Fernando, and I found some information on him. And a buddy of mine came in. Now nobody no more, but a guy came in and said, "You should use this and you should say it this way and doing that." If I had did it that way, I'd be lying on camera. I'll be doing something maliciously toward him because he did something malicious to us. And I can see, when he told me to do this, I can see he wanted to keep this party going back and forth. I had to cut him off. The problem with you, Fernando, is that the people you do business with is watching this little game you play back and forth. Where are they at right now? Where are your people at? The people to help you out in the situation you're at. When you sit up there in that plane, you're zip tied and you can't go anywhere. They got they shackle them too. You had to do the shackle. You shackled in, or is Fernando going? Not Fernando. Is Roger's going to be there to help you? McAfee, William, anything going to help you out in that situation? What about any of your followers? Anybody? No one's going to help you. You're going to go in a different direction. That's what we're going to do. As for your YouTube channel, all that's going to be shut down because it's a cyber crime. We can get it all shut down. The channel will disappear. Social media, anything online that has anything to do with you, we can get rid of it. Erase your existence offline. Meanwhile, the world will go on, as it always has, and you will sit in that place and time will pass you by. What continues on. So that's the end of it, Fernando. I'm nice enough to give you a week. It's going to happen. It's going to go through. These agents are going to be there, and you're going to have to. I don't know what you're going to do. Hey, truth honestly, I don't even know. But you did commit the crimes, and my job is to go in and do it by the law of the land. Do it the right way. Not to retaliate in ways that brings violence to this. To do it the right way, and that's what I did. I went and filed charges against you. I gathered evidence. I had all evidence scanned into the system so we can have everything to match. I went in and basically found out the scams and things we were doing to rip people off. All that was logged in, all that was dated, dubbed your video so you couldn't delete anything, get rid of it. Collected all that information on you. So we can use it against you in court. But unfortunately, we won't see you in court. Man. You know, Jamie, after I saw how they treat those people when they transfer them over, it caused me to drag my feet a little bit on basically making that phone call. It's going to be unsubscribed. It's going to. I can't even tell you how bad this is going to be. Put yourself in that situation, man. You don't even want to know what the other. I'm not even going to mention it. I'm just saying it's some of it's humane. And the way they look at it, they don't have any rights. That's the way they see it. You can't do that to American citizens. You grab American citizens, kidnapping. You know, a whole lot of stuff will pop off of that. But to them, it's a shame at the end of the day. For some of the people, I don't feel sorry for him because he's a criminal. I feel sorry for people at the end of the day that just was doing what they were doing and they weren't doing anything wrong. I feel sorry for them because they never have to go through that. Never have to go through that. Never have to go through that all period. And you know, any different race, whether it be Indian, whether it be Chinese, whoever it may be, who doesn't make a difference. I've had this conversation before about you, and they said they understand 100% that you should be deported out because you make everybody look bad. You're a criminal at the end of the day. You are a criminal. You make everybody look bad. They said, I don't see why they want to take people out at the end of the day that have done nothing wrong. Those people need to stay. You are a criminal. You need to be out of this country. All right, I got to order the process. So we made this crystal clear. When I come on here, I don't say things out of my mouth that's not true. I show documents that back everything up, and that's what I do. By the book. So Fernando, my push now for me is to get you out of the country. That's what it is. So, agencies I'm contacting, people I'm contacting, every single day when I make a call to an agency, I need a vehicle. Buy your unit, I need a vehicle, I need to have you in that vehicle. I need you out of this country for good. And if you're an American citizen, it'd be the other way around. I need you in an American prison for good. That's what I'll be aiming for in that way. But I need you out of this country. You're a danger to citizens in this country. You're a danger. And if you sit there and tell the judge, well, it's just him, what makes me different from any other United States citizen? I was born here too. I have just about as rights as anybody else does. Because then it would sound racist if you say at the end of the day that African Americans are considered to be United States citizens, because that would come out really awful, looking very awful. No, I have rights just as everybody else has here rights. So you attacked the American citizen, that's what you did. Let's keep it real. So, my main goal, like I said, with no hatred behind it, you don't need to be here at all, period. If you want to come here and your intentions are to come to the United States and hurt citizens or violate them or basically destroy their businesses, you do not need to be here. And I'm not talking about just Mexicans, anybody. You don't need to be here. And the same thing, any American citizen coming over to another third world country, and your job is to go there and basically disrupt their comfortable way of life, of doing acts of committing crimes, you don't need to be there. That's why I don't like it when Americans go over to countries, self-entitlement nonsense, and disrupt their way of life, doing your dumb stuff at the end of the day. And then the minute you get pinched by the cop, the first thing you start screaming is, call the embassy, call the embassy. American, don't even mention you're American after that. Because you make us look bad. This is why sometimes some of these countries feel like we're like little spoiled brats. Self-entitlement. That's what we are. We go over there, not all of us, but some people go over there and they do the dumbest stuff you could possibly think of, and then sit there and say, I'm American, you can't do this, I'm American. You make us look bad. So now we go over there, we're treated differently due to the fact that you were a jerk over there to begin with, and now they believe that all Americans are just basically self-entitlement, little spoiled brats. You make us look bad. You do something stupid, keep your mouth shut about being American today. Take the bullet, take the hit, and do what has to be done. Man up about it. Make us look bad. I can't stand them freaking TikTokers that go over there and disrespect people at the end of the day. That one guy, I forgot his name at the end of the day. Yeah, I would punch him in the face if he came over here to the United States. Disrespect these people on so many levels. You don't talk about their language. He's humping their statue. They got a statue there. It's their statue today. They had a statue out there that was a sacred statue. And this joke is kissing and licking all over it. Going to these people work hard every day to make their money. And you go into their establishment and take their food and dump it on the floor and disrespect people by blasting a Bluetooth radio and their environment. And then the minute those cops go to grab you, oh, I'm American citizen, American. Don't even mention that. That guy carried on so badly over there that there were Americans over here waiting to kick his butt when he got back over here. And they're on YouTube telling we're not like that. Not all of us are like that. Please don't label it, we're not all like that. Gee whiz. Oh my goodness. The lights. Disrespect people. The lights. Unbelievable. You're gonna like if somebody came in your home at the end of the day, and those TikTokers like to do that. Would like somebody come here and kick in your door? Run all through your house, carry on, act up, sitting there, spill things out of your kitchen, and crap in your toilet, pee all over you. You wouldn't like that, would you? That'd be invading your personal space, right? That'd be disrespectful, right? Then why do it to somebody else? And then scream all of a sudden, I'm American. Don't even mention that at all. You're not a citizen once you do that crap. I think at the end of the day, anybody who goes over and do that, your citizenship should be canceled right from the door. You're going to disrespect another country, cancel their citizenship. Allow them to come back over. Now, if you were wrongly accused of something you didn't do, and you can prove that you didn't do anything wrong, whatever, yeah, they should come back for you 100%. But not when you're going over and you're doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Now, if I feel that strongly about anyone else going to another country and doing that, I feel the same way for anybody that's coming from another country over here and you're doing stuff. It's the same thing. This jerk will want to pull the whole Karen card, put up a flag talking about I'm being deported due to the fact of my honest opinion. Jaime, you committed crimes against my business at the end of the day. That's what you did. That's where you're being deported. So you get that to understand that. That's nothing to do with your race in any way whatsoever. You're being deported because you committed crimes. That's why you're being deported. Now you go on YouTube and you argue you never committed any crimes. While you're at it, get yourself an attorney to reach out to me. Where in the world did I put that at? I swear. I just had it here for this. Is this it? It is it. It's right here. Cool. That's why you're being deported. You're being deported because you're a criminal. Alright, I had enough on this chat. I'm done. We're past our time. It's supposed to be less than this. I gotta go. Thank you. And I'm glad we can basically put that on out there right in the open. So there it is. It's going to stay right there, right out in the open. This is the reason why, Fernando, you're being deported. You're being deported because you have committed crimes in the United States soil against American citizens. I don't know how many other people you have done dirty things to. That's why you're being deported. And the task force we had to contact in the day, they deal strictly with immigrants who commit serious crimes. And you committed some very serious crimes. That's why. Now, as I said before, when they get there, they are basically going to go through everyone's information in that apartment complex. Not the big apartment complex, it's just an area, apartment E. Just this area, that's it. And no, Jamie, mention you're at apartment E. It's not considered to be doxing your address, because let's go through this again because he's quite a Karen. Let's show you why it's not doxing, because they say, oh, he doxed my address. Alright, let's see, so California. California, let me see, LLC search. Go type that in. Go to the first top button, to the top. Let me see, I think it's Cinemax. Cinemax. I think it might be Screen Mix, I'm not sure. I have to look it up on the other account. Maybe we don't come here often on this mess. Let's see what we gotta pull up. Gotta go to the other channel and get it. Can't think, I don't remember, we don't go on here all the time on this thing. Let me see. Let's see if this is a match word for it. There we go. Boom. It's, you can put down CROWS1176 mix. You don't want to yank it up. Alright. This is the LLC right here, as you can see. There it is right there. And all we have to do is click on this. And right here, you'll see his address right there. So there's his address right there. It's the same information we gave ICE. There's his address right there. And as you can see, he's missing a very serious document. It's been missing since 08/2023. And see right here, there's his address right there. That's where we sent the process server at. That's where we sent all the information for ICE. So if you sit there and said in the day that, hey, he doxed my address, no, it's right there. California Secretary of State, that's where he's at. It's on an LLE search right there. You can go pop it up and you can figure out his information. It's right there. And that little number at the top right there, that number right there shows, that's where his white pages came up. But when he saw the white pages pop up, he removed all that. Go over here where it says view history, pull his whole entire document up. This is what we sent over. There's the download for the document. And there it is right there. That's his document. This is what we gave to the police. All agencies get these documents. There's this information right there and where he lives at. Right there for his company. Principal address for your company, LLC. Right there. At the bottom where it says right here, address right there for your company. Right here. What does it say? Right there. Okay then. Then that means I'm not doxing your address if you have it posted on your LLC. How in the world I'd be doxing your address? It's right there. So before you go into Karen mode and go screaming and yelling at people saying, hey, you know, my address was doxed. That was right there. Anybody can find you. So right now, Jamie, we posted this when we did the report on the fact how you committed perjury on your LLC by stating on a government document, you stated and said that your company was only around 5 months when actually it was around longer than that. And because of that video we did, you're posted on Google everywhere. So any agency can pull that. We're the ones who filed the complaint against you. So if they pull that and they see we're the ones who filed the complaint, they can go watch that video and they can see basically everything I posted, you touching copyrights, all the crimes you commit are in those videos. So our testimony's right there. All right, I'm done. Got some business I gotta take care of. You know, if you're gonna be out there talking some trash about me and making statements that I'm just racist against Mexicans during the day, I'll clear it up for you real quick. And when I clear it up, Fernando, you know me at the end of the day, I back up everything I say right there. Shows you right there touching our copyrights. I showed you my copyrights, registrations, numbers, all that, showing you broke the law. Oh, you're the wrong one on that one. Where's that one? Over here. I think it's weird. Where did you put that at that quick? Maybe the post office. Let me see. Just had that. How did you lose stuff? That really that quick? There's a vortex in here somewhere. Disappear, reappear, disappear. We literally just had that in hand. Oh, here, right here. Cool. You never found that one. All right, there we go. Now, as I said before, I got to do what I got to do, Fernando. I can't allow you to tech my company. I can't allow you to do any of the stuff you've been doing. Everything you did was wrong. You know you shouldn't have been doing that to begin with. Carrying on and acting like that. And I gave you multiple opportunities out of this. I did. I gave you a lot of opportunities. Even today, I'm giving you a week to handle your business before we make the call. And most people wouldn't care about that at all. And yes, I want you out of the country because you don't belong here. You're a criminal. If you're an American citizen, I don't want you on the street. I want you behind bars because you're a criminal. You forfeit that opportunity when you start attacking people. You attacked that fellow over there in Texas. He didn't do anything to you. All he did was shoot a video of our product and basically showed that it worked. And you went there and viciously attacked that man. Said nasty things about his family and friends. When I was over on Instagram, we had a guy out there who was this, he was the guys on the bikes, or all on bikes, do those tricks and stuff on the street. He was one of those guys. And me and him got to talking on Instagram, and he bought one of my screens and liked it. He says, "Hey man, I got like 1 million followers. You know, I can help you out with some stuff here on your setup." So he came out there and he started doing advertising for us, for our company. And here comes Jaime, full of hatred, bitter and rage, full of hatred. Attack that guy. Went out there and made a fake account. I'm gonna show you the account. He made a fake Instagram account and turned around and attacked this guy and tried to make it sound like I was a scammer. First of all, why in the world would I go out and say, "Hey, my name is Kenneth, I'm a scammer, don't buy from me"? Why would I make a page like that? But that's what he did. I'm going to show you the page he made. And went out there and attacked. Tried to convince these people that I was a scammer. But they knew me. They had my stuff already. This is all evidence we have on this guy. Committing all types of crimes. We're about to put I think the day we're going to put down the ship back item. These videos are missing off this account, by the way. Song Week 5. Oh, people just following, got all types of trouble. Here it is right here. Made a fake account about me. And one on YouTube, one on Instagram, and continue to slander my company. But Jaime, when you did this, you also, too, went against God. Because that's the blessing that my Lord gave me at the end of the day. And you took and tried to slander God's blessing. That's what you did. And you contacted this guy. And because he wouldn't believe you, because he said, "I don't believe you, I'm sorry, I bought paint from this guy, his products work," you became angry. And you know what Jaime did? Jaime started calling him racial slurs. Started calling him nigger. Started attacking his kids. Said all kinds of things about his wife. Jaime, this man's a heavily connected individual. Very heavily connected. And he contacted me and said, hey, who's this guy at the end of the day? I said, oh, that's a guy on YouTube named Jaime Fernando Gonzalez. Well, what's going on? He says, man came out here and said some of the most nastiest things about my kids. And now when you think about it, you're undocumented. You're attacking citizens, United States citizens. It would make you a terrorist. And you sat up there and you said some of the nasty things to this person because he didn't want to side with you. Jamie, this is what I mean by at the end of the day, that you have a calling coming to you. You're going to go through some suffering. You're going to go through a lot of suffering. You're going to go through a lot of suffering. But it's the only way for you to learn your path. You're going to take the long way. But it's the only way for you to learn your path. Because, Jamie, this individual at the end of the day could have come to California. He probably has ties in California. And they could have got you a long time ago. They could have came got you a long time. You have no idea. People you have conversations with, at the end of the day, the people they're connected to, they could come get you a long time ago. The police would have never gotten there fast enough for by the time they've taken care of you. They could got you. Jamie, you have no idea how deep rabbit holes go at the end of the day. People go missing all the time. People you got nasty are people I knew that had heavy, heavy connections. And you literally put your family at danger messing around these people going to be big and bad on YouTube. The other fellow who made the order and you canceled the order and got nasty with him, again. But I think this time around, since you got the big, bad, tough guy in you, that the situation you're about to be in, I'm going to explain something to you. Unlike being behind a computer, like a coward, hiding behind your computer all day, over there is what you call fast and upfront justice. You get nasty with somebody, Jamie, I guarantee you they're going to be in your face to beat your brains in. And these are people you can't talk out of a situation. You can't talk them out of situations. Don't work that way with them. Because in that situation, they have to show brute force. You know why? Because if they don't show brute force to you, that means at the end of the day, people will take them as being weak. So they will use you as an example. That's what you're facing pretty soon. You get nasty with somebody over there, I guarantee you, you'll be bleeding by the end of the day. Because they have to do this. Whether they like it or not, they're still going to have to. Because if they don't basically stand up to you, it means other people will try to basically bully them. And they're not going to have it. They're going to use you as an example. And you're going to learn. You're going to learn the process. You will learn the process of it all. Jamie has that Pharaoh complex disorder. And hopefully you don't do it in there. Hopefully you don't do it in there. Got nasty with several people like that. And that guy contacted me and says, where does he live at? And I knew you lived at. I knew exactly where you lived at, Fernando. I could have sat there and said, well, you live so-and-so and so-and-so. You'd have been gone. You'd have been gone. The kind of people you come home, they're sitting in your living room, drinking and eating your food, watching you when you come in. These are the kind of people, nightmares you were messing around with in the day. And he has ties in California, strong ties over there. And you got nasty with this man. You said things about his kids because you got mad at the end of the day because he wouldn't basically side with you at the end of the day. God has a way of fixing the big tough man. Tough guy has a way of fixing that guy easily. I need that one right there. And I need this one right here for the order. I'm going to print out a bunch of these. And you got information sheet, perfect. Cool. You need a box. You got a box. So we have tape. Don't have tape. We'll get tape. Oh man, I was right over there. You got the tape over there. Gee whiz Louise. Then I go hike it up there and get another one. Okay, whatever. We'll have that right here somewhere. Some more tape. Taco, you got any tape on you? I don't have tape on me. Why would I tape on me, Daddy-O? Why would I have tape on me, Daddy-O? Oh, that's what tape on me. Alright, well, I have tape. Thank you, Jesus. I gotta get tape. Got no blessing with tape right in my hand. Yeah, that's for him. God gave it to me. Bam! Thank you, Jesus. Well, Jamie, that's basically best. I wish you the best of luck. I really do. I'll give you a week. That's it. Explain to your wife what's going to happen and everything. I have to make that call to California police because, again, you've been attacking our company and you've still been carrying on and acting up. You just don't want to learn, man. You don't want to learn. You don't want to learn. Got to pay my bill today, too. See, it's right here. These are all coming from Jaime. They've been pinged back to his address. Yeah, I know. I'm paying my bill today. Work so I have to get my own stuff. This is all from Jaime. This is him calling us. That's all him. All that was pinged back to his address. That's how many times he was calling us. He called us yesterday. My goodness. Quite a bit here. How many times he called us? It's quite a bit. But from here, we got roughly yesterday 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21 times there, and then he called today again. No, this is yesterday again. He called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 here. He stopped here, then he came back in and started calling today. Notice my phone didn't go off yet because they're blocked. They're blocked automatically, and it sent, wow. This is all from Jaime calling us. He just screams on the phone. That's all he does. He screams. He just screams. That's all he does. You know why? He's scared. When he screams, that's all he does. Why scream to me? I can't help you in your situation. You can sit there and go, but you can help in your situation. You don't have to report anything. Jaime, you attacked my company. What else am I supposed to do? We gave you options out of this, and did you take any of those options? No, it's too late now. It's too late. We've already started the process. Well, I'm going to go back and sit there and tell my lie? What, so I can go to jail for committing perjury on a government document? You lost your mind. I'm not doing that for you. You're going to face whatever comes. And judging by the mounting of charges we have against you, he's just going to spend his time in that third world country. Where are they going to send him at? What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. That separation from his kids and wife is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. It's going to hurt a lot. He never wants his wife again. You knew you weren't documented. You knew you didn't have this paperwork. And you knew there was a high chance of you getting locked up. You knew you were going to be separated from your wife. You knew you were going to be separated from your kids, and yet you continued on after we kept sending you letters. Just cut it out. I even sent you a letter telling you that my copyrights are real. I sent them documents. Oh, they're fake. They're not real. This, that, and the other. Now look at you. Now this situation you got yourself in. I'm going to keep crying. There's nothing you can do, man. It's going to happen. I'll give you a week. I can make that phone call right now and close this gap quick. I'm going to give you a week to explain to your wife the situation, what's going to happen. Give them the option. Can't be. I hope you're not that dirty of a human being. You're willing to sacrifice your family. Hope your kids are old enough. Maybe they can go in with a family member while this is going down. You know. And again, Jaime, I know where your family members live at too. Remember, your white page is popped up. We found about I know so much information. Do I care about involving them? No, it's none of their business at the end of the day. This is between me and you only. It has nothing to do. They didn't commit any crimes against my business. It did nothing to me whatsoever. I don't care. Like I said, if they're documented, they're not documented, I don't care. They didn't commit any crimes against me. It's none of my business. They can live their life as long as they want to live it. I don't care. You are the only one we want. I don't care about your wife. I don't care about your kids. It's you and you only. You're the one in the videos. You're the one that openly attacked my company. You're the ones we want at the end of the day. You're signed to all those documents, not them. We just had to tell them who was in the unit. That's what we have to tell them. So if you're being a man about it, I'm going to give you, go on YouTube. Make that statement so everyone can see it. Mind, you're monitored anyway. Matter of fact, don't go on YouTube, forget it. But get it done. Explain to your wife what's about to happen. Because I don't want her getting caught up in that mess. And trust me, you don't want her getting caught up in it either. Be a man about it. Did I buy Cheez-Its? Why did we not buy Cheez-Its? Oh, yeah, you bought that, but you didn't buy Cheez-Its. Like, really? Seriously? That's 10 times more salt than Cheez-Its. This is the reason why you have this. Yeah, please. Could have got the Cheez-Its, Taco. I could have got the Cheez-Its. And I didn't get the Cheez-Its, Taco. I didn't get the Cheez-Its. Alright, we're gonna have 2 of these. Alright. That was the work. Alright, what did you get out the door? I got to update my website. I got stuff to do. I can give you a week and that's it. It's the best I can do. Explain to your family what's about to happen. Jamie, you're in the system already, so you listen to me real carefully. You're in the system, you're already in. They don't know anything about them. Our problem is with you and not with them. Be a man about it. Explain to them your situation. If you want to continue living in that world of arrogance and whatever at the end of the day you do, and you feel this is not going to happen to you, then go ahead, play that game. Remember when I told you I was going to have a process server come to your front door? Remember that? You played that game, right? What came to your door? Process server, right? When I tell you that there will be an ICE unit at your plate, because we are having these problems with you and we need you removed, then guarantee it's going to happen. So I would advise you sit down, have a conversation with them, talk to them about the situation. That's all. Don't blame anybody else. Because if you blame me at the end of the day, she's going to contact me. If she contacts me, I will explain to her everything that she needs to know. I will update her on everything. And I guarantee you, bar none, she'll walk away from me. I'll show all the documents, everything she needs. So, make her get it. That's the best I can do for you. 1 week. So, let me see. 1 week from the day. Where are we going to be at on this one? I'm going to do anything halfway. I got to follow through and get this done. Ah! Yeah, you're supposed to go by that. I'll give you that week. Let me see. Let me calendar. Alright, let me see. Oh, nice. Alright, we got the 18th. So, have until Friday. Until Friday, Monday morning, I'll make the call. I'm going to go down and file new charges on you because you went on and attacked my company and said even nasty yourself about it. So we had to go do what you have to do. So contact California police and I'll update them on all the information from there. Let them know that you're not documented, and they'll go from there. You have to reach out to ICE and they will be there. It means we're carrying local law enforcement officers in your neighborhood, in your city about our problem having this shit. Different when you go out and you say this and say, hey, he's undocumented. They still are going to take care of it themselves. But we have it documented with ICE that you are undocumented. So that being said, it's already there. It's on record. They just have to contact them in that local area and they'll have to come by there. So I would advise you to talk to your family about this, what's about to happen, whatever you got to do. You can get mad at me and angry at me about this, but you probably will get frustrated. Jamie, how are you mad at me for? What are you mad at me for? Honestly, what are you mad at me for? You took my product and you put it on your website, you slandered my copyrights, attacked my company, attacked my family. So I'm supposed to sit there and let you do that, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. And if I go and I basically, it's like you punching me in the face every day. Every day I go outside, you punch me in the face. I'm supposed to lie to continue to punch me in the face? I'm not supposed to defend myself in any way? And if I basically complain, if I basically go out and I get the proper authority, then I'm the bad person at the end of the day because I would allow you to continue to abuse me and punch me in the face. No, Jamie, it doesn't work that way in this world. You do something, my job is to go in and not retaliate the same way you do, to go in and get the proper authorities, collect evidence that you've done against me and take it to court. That's what my job is to do as an American citizen, as a law-abiding citizen. So that's what I did. You just gave me the information that I didn't know about, that you weren't basically documented, and I went from there and contacted immigration. Because when I talked to a police officer about that, they said, well, if he's not documented, that's going to be out of our jurisdiction. You got to reach out for immigration about that. That's what I did. Immigration for people who commit crimes, and that's what I did. Ouch. If I lied on any of this stuff, if I made all this stuff up, it'd be virtually impossible to show you anything that I just showed a few minutes ago, because it wouldn't be real. Which I did. I came on YouTube and showed all the evidence. Alright then, and that being said, it is what it is. So I gave you 1 week. That's basically about it. If you want to take that week and use that week to slander me, it means nothing to me at the end of the day. You're leaving anyway. You want to watch your family get locked up and hopefully the kids, they keep them where they're at. Or you want to watch your wife go through that, being handcuffed and all that, then do that. That's a dirty person that you are. No, that's fine, bro. They're trying to leave with her. That's what we're trying to do. He's a coward. Got to come to the door when that pasta server came, but he's a coward. Makes no difference. You'll be hunted. And they shouldn't have to be hunted. None of them should be. You should be. You're a colonel. That's it. I got work to do. I'm not cheap boy. Munchy boy. Extra munchy. Wow. You know, your head's got much bigger since I had one at the house. It's gone for a bit. I gotta go, people. Got work to do.